This is a picture of me from around 1994 during one of the worst periods of my alcohol addiction. Within months of this picture being taken, I'd ended up homeless in London. I had an alcohol induced mental breakdown. I was suicidal pretty much most of the time, and I entered my second rehab. My alcohol addiction lasted from about age 16, which is 1985, right up until 2006, when I finally quit alcohol forever at a temple in Thailand called Wat Tam Kabok. I wrote a book about this journey in 2009. The book is called Dead Drunk, and it described my kind of adventures up until that point, or my misadventures up until that point. So much has changed for me in the 25-year period between these two pictures being taken. And it isn't just the dramatic change in hairstyle. I have a relationship with life now that I wouldn't just not believe was even possible back then. And it's this sense of well-being that I believe made it possible for me to stop being an alcoholic. I believe in some ways people who fall into the trap of alcohol addiction are kind of similar to those, people who get tricked by these get rich quick schemes. But instead of there being a desperate need for money, the alcohol works on our desperate need for well-being. And it's that need for well-being that makes us kind of easy prey to things like addiction. But just like the kind of get rich quick schemes, the alcohol doesn't live up to its initial promise. I could clearly see that the reason I kept returning to alcohol was it seemed to be giving me something that I desperately needed. And I realized that unless I found a better way of getting that something, that I would just always keep on returning to it or turn to kind of new bad behaviors in my attempt to kind of experience well-being. My idea of a perfect day back in 1994 would have been sitting in a beer garden on a sunny day getting drunk. And I tried to kind of think back to what it was about that experience that appealed to me so much. I kind of recognized these different factors. One thing was that in that situation, I would feel at ease with myself and other people. Also, there would just be kind of brief freedom from worry. And also as well, sometimes life would have this magical quality when I was drunk that I really kind of desired. And it's because of these three things, they were the three main kind of draws to me for alcohol. So I kind of realized that I would have to get them one way or the other if I wanted to kind of, quit alcohol for good. I've been involved in meditation since my early teens, and I've kind of done lots of retreats, and I spent a lot of time in Thailand, kind of, meditating with monks and stuff like that. And even though I never seemed quite able to get to where I wanted to get with it, I always in the back of my mind, I felt sure that somehow this was going to play an important part in allowing me to stay free of addiction. And that turned out to be the case. Over the coming years, insight practices allowed me to stop identifying with the thinking that was making my life so miserable. The metta or loving kindness practicing allowed me to kind of develop this more friendly attitude towards myself, other people, and the world in general. And finally, imaginal practices, they allowed me to look at the world again with a sense of curiosity and wonder. Then one day I realized that I was at ease with myself and other people. I was now free from worry, and life had developed this kind of magical quality that I'd so yearned for. And once I kind of identified that I had those things, then I realized that alcohol had absolutely nothing to offer me. Any attraction that had ever been there was completely gone. So that's it for now. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and about how I stopped being an alcoholic. In future videos, I hope to go into more detail about how I developed well-being.